As usual, I am here today to share some knowledge with you from after our research. Every week we are meeting you afternoon 12 p.m. on every Thursday to share some knowledge, some of our learnings with our community. As usual, today also I am here to share my knowledge. And today I am talking about a unique topic here. So which is a different plans, different saving plans for our kids. One is 529, which is very popular. There is one more like UTMA, and there is one more UGMA. There is a lot of confusion here. You might be familiar only with the 529 plans, but there are other plans also. So just in today's session, we are going to cover the differences between all these three programs which is being supported by our government. And today, the first one, I would like to start with 529 plans. As you might be familiar, 529 plans are created exclusively for kids' education purpose. And what you can start saving money for your kids for their future education needs. So there are different types of 529 plans are there. It's like you can do a prepaid tuition plans, or it can be a pure education savings plan. There are two types. It depends on the university. If you are familiar with to which university your kid will go, you can even start buying prepaid tuition plans also. Or if you don't know where your kid is going to attend the college, then you can start saving money every year within the limits, and you can start saving, and every year within the limits you can start saving, and that money can be invested either in the mutual funds or maybe stock market. You can invest and let it grow tax free, and in the future you should be able to use this money for for the kids education purpose. Yeah. So then, and apart from that, there are some tax benefits also. Government is supporting the people whoever is saving money for their kids education, but at the central level, federal level, there are no tax benefits for the contributions. But at the state level, there are a lot of tax savings are there, tax benefits are there. Few states are offering tax benefits or tax savings options are available based on which state you are living in. There are few states where you don't need to pay taxes, like I live in Dallas, Texas. There is no state tax liability. So I might not be, from the tax savings perspective, no great savings from the state tax planning perspective. But if you're living in some other states, like maybe New York, New Jersey, or California, there are tax benefits being offered by the state governments. So definitely my recommendation, you start saving money for your kids' education, enjoy the tax deductions at the state level, and let the money invest in mutual funds or stock market and let it grow. And when the future, whenever you need a funds, use it for your kids' education purpose, and they are considered as a tax-free funds, tax-free withdrawals. So that is the beauty. You don't need to pay taxes even on the growth. And on top of that, for any reason, if your kid doesn't require those funds for their kids' education, for his education, then there is a flexibility to transfer these funds or to use these funds for another kid. You can use it. So if you have two kids, one kid is not using the funds, you can start using for the second kid also. And also every year there is a limit on the how much money you can contribute. So you can contribute up to $18,000 per year. Of course, even though there are no up to $18,000, it is considered as a within the limit gifts. Of course, you can contribute more than $18,000 also, but there is some documentation required. But from the tax planning perspective, you need to refer your state specific laws, income tax laws, to understand how much taxes you can save by these contributions. And on top of that, estate planning. At the end, if you are familiar with estate planning, how estate tax planning works, so after us, the legal heirs in inheritance, if they receive any money from their parents, there is an estate tax liability also. Kids has to pay estate tax liabilities. But every year, if you are start contributing less than $18,000 to your 529 plan kids account, then in the future, this all considered as a gifts given within the limits. But please note, this entire 529 plan is considered as a parent-owned account. It is not a kid's-owned account. It's a completely managed by the parents only. And there is one more. There is one more act also. There is one more program. It is called UTMA, Uniform Transfers to Minor Act. So in general, you might have heard that for the tax planning perspective, or to move the funds to transfer assets from parents to kids, there are different types of trusts are available. But trust is a different concept completely, but very complex. There are so many trusts are available. Rather than going through those creating of trust, you can even open these UTMA accounts for the kids on the kids' name, and you can start giving gifts less than $18,000 per year to kids, either in the real estate or in the cash or any other assets in or any other form also will be okay to transfer funds as gifts to kids into these UTMA accounts. And the kids will get the right only after 18 years or 21 years based on the state. The kids can start using these funds after they are attaining the required age given by the state regulations. But otherwise, till the time, you are the custodian of this account and you manage the funds. But after that, your kids can manage the funds after once they become major. And also, there are a lot more opportunities are there, options are there to invest this money into the market. When you go for a 529 plan, the 529 plan is a very conservative plan. But UTMA is, you have a lot more options when you invest the money through these accounts. And there are tax advantages also. So contributions, these are what are the contributions you are giving? Those are irrevocable gifts to the minor. And if you make any money through these funds, like example, you are investing this money in some stock market or maybe investing in some real estate, then what happens? If you are making any money, the earnings from these investments are taxable. For the first $1,300 is completely tax-free per annum. And after that, after $1,300 to $2,500, it is considered as it is taxed at the child's tax rate. And if you are making more than $2,500 from the earnings of these investments every year, then it is called as a kiddie tax. That means you need to pay taxes at the parent's tax rate. So in summary, you have to pay taxes on the earnings, whatever savings you are doing on this. If you are investing somewhere, you have to pay taxes on those earnings. And there is one more act also called one more program. It is called UGMA, Uniform Gifts to Minor Act. Again, this is also like a UTMA, because it means you don't need to create any trust to transfer assets to your next generation up to $18,000 per year. That is a gift tax rules. So, and after that, after 18 or 21 years, once the kids become major, they will get the rights to manage these accounts. And also, you have in these accounts in the UGMA, you can transfer cash, stock, and bonds, and mutual funds can be transferred to UGMA as gifts. From the parents can give gifts to your kids through these accounts up to $18,000 every year. And what are the tax benefits? So whatever the taxes, whatever the contribution you are giving every year to your kids under this account UGMA. This is considered as this is if they are within the limit of annual gift tax limit, then you don't need to pay any taxes on these contributions. And the same like UTMA, if you are investing this UGMA funds into the stock market or real estate or in different ways, then whatever returns you get on these accounts are again taxable. And so, Anil, what are the major differences between these three accounts? So, which is very important here. So, here are the major differences. I hope you can see on the screen also. 529 plans are exclusively designed for the education purpose, but UTMA or UGMA are for the benefit of the minor. It means for the general use of the minor. It means once kids grown, they can use this money at their wish. In general, a lot of people come and ask me, Anil, my kid doesn't need any education support. He's very smart. He's getting a lot of scholarship. So still, shall I contribute to the 529 plan? If a kid doesn't need education support, you don't need to contribute to the 529 plan. Rather, you should go for UTMA or UTGA is what my recommendation. But every year, every parent has to contribute from the tax planning perspective, from the estate tax planning perspective, $18,000 per kid. That means you can give $18,000, and again your spouse can also give $18,000 to each kid. So if you can start pushing the money to your kids' accounts, these accounts, minor accounts, then you are planning your estate plan. You are optimizing your estate planning. And also, as I said, 529 plans are completely controlled by parents, but yeah, and also it is owned by the owner, owned by the parent. But UTMA or UTGA are considered as a kids accounts, and parents are considered as a only custodian. And once the kids become major, they will get the access to these funds. So every year, $18,000. I strongly recommend to start contributing into these accounts. If your kid doesn't need education, come on, that you can education support. Then if you are not interested in 529 plan, then I strongly recommend you to start exploring UTMA or UTGA accounts, which are very, very useful. But so doesn't matter 529 or UTGA, but I want everyone to start contributing into these kids accounts. And the flexibility. Flexibility also I already explained to you guys. Okay. So the other major reason, the other major difference between these accounts are for UTGA or UTMA, as I said, you don't need to create any trust, but still you can give the gifts to this account to your kids, and you can manage this account as a custodian. Once the kids become major, they can have the access. And number two, college aids. For the 529 plan, the whatever money you have in the 529 plan, when the kids go for child education for the financial aid applications, they are considered 529 accounts are considered as a parents account, and they are valued at 5.64% of the asset value. But if it is a UTMA or UGMA, it is considered as a 20%. It is considered as a child account. So I am not going through the financial aid class here, but maybe some other day I will talk about the financial aid. But at this point, there is a bigger impact on the financial aid if your kids are expecting some financial aid by having UTMA or UGMA. If your kids are expecting financial aid, then my recommendation is reserve your money in 529 plan. I'm only comparing between these three accounts at this point. There are different other options are available for 529 account, but I am not going through all of them right now. And if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer. Okay, I received a question. Do you recommend to invest in 529 plans? My answer is yes. You can invest. You can invest if your kids are looking for financial aid. And there is the other big thing is estate planning. My recommendation is yes, you can contribute every year $18,000 per kid per by one parent into these accounts in any of these accounts, so that you are building an asset for them and you are also planning your estate planning very in a very better way. And whenever you are going for 529 plan, I strongly recommend you to go and look into your state specific 529 plans. So each state has different options, different programs are there. I strongly recommend you to review those documentation or program details even before opening 529 plan for your kids. Okay, Satish, can we use 529 plan to pay room rent? Answer is no. 529 plan are for the tuition fees and also books and stationery, not for the room rent. Yes, Satish. Yes, you can. Yeah. Any other? Yeah. So you cannot. Yeah, you cannot use the money for your room rent, for the kids' room rent. So then, Radhika is asking which states 529 plans are good to have. It's definitely I recommend you to go with your current state, because a lot of states have some restrictions. It means they are giving high priority or more options are available if your kids are joining in the same state universities. If your kids are transferring, if you're like example, if you're living in Dallas, but if you're living in Texas, but your kid got admission in California, you can transfer the funds from the 529 Texas 529 account to the California. You can still use it, but there are a lot more benefits are there in if you are using the money for the same state specific funds. So my recommendation, if you already have some plans to which college your kids are going, or if your kids wants to go, or you have some plans on that, my recommendation is to consider those states 529 plans also once, because there are prepaid options also. It means if you are familiar, come on, my kid is going to this specific university for the college education, you can even buy those college credits, when the college fees or the program, you can pay it in advance as a prepaid. So, Narayana, how do we transfer money from 529 to Roth in a year? Okay, so Narayana, right now you don't have direct option like this to transfer money from 529 to Roth IRA in general. But from the year 2024, a new act has come up. If you are holding money for at least 15 years in 529 plan, and if you are not able to use it, then up to $35,000 only can be converted to the Roth IRA. So it's an easy process. You need to check with your 529 account. You need to call them and you need to inform them. They inform them to transfer the funds to the Roth IRA. You need to give the Roth IRA account details to the 529 account holder, the custodian guy. They will send the check to the Roth IRA account. So SV saying that New York, Utah, Florida, 529 plans are giving good results. Yes, I agree to some extent. I'm not talking about different states have different options, but right now even I also heard that those are reasonably good. Yes, Radhika is asking which state plans are good, and so SV answered saying that yes, New York, Utah, and Florida plans are good. They are good, but are they best? I don't know. At this point, maybe some other day when I cover about 529 plans, then I will cover it. Then my next question is from Kids Crush. 18,000 per kid, right? If two kids, we can contribute 36,000, right? Answer is right, right, Kids Crush. Yes, you are right. And if anyone has any more questions, feel free to post your questions to our email ID or to send an email ID or even reach us to us also. or you can even give, you can see the URL link, and also we also share the URL link in the comments box. Feel free to click the link, share your contact details. We will get in touch with you. We understand your needs, and we will give every effort to help you on your needs. And thank you very much. Oh, super. Yeah. So one SV is saying that Florida has a prepaid plan. Answer is yes. Not only Florida, actually many states have prepaid plan. Those are very good. Prepaid plans are really very good. Thank you very much, SV, for contributing your comments with your comments. Yeah. And so Sridhar is asking how easy is to transfer money from current CTO Connecticut 529 plan to North Carolina. So this is an easier process only. This is not a very complex. You need to open an account in 529 account in North Carolina, and you can ask them. There is a transfer process. Every state offers this because it is very common that people relocate. So they do offer these benefits. Viju, how difficult is to reassign or convert the funds for education in any other state? So not too difficult, but this can be done. These are very common requirements by the investors. You need to talk to both the states. Every state has different requirements. So definitely you have to go through the state requirements, and you have to do it. But it is not so complex. It can be done. Okay. Thank you very much. As usual, we are here, and I hope I answered your questions. If the entire presentation, the live stream got recorded in all our social media channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also Twitter. Feel free to review these recordings at any time in the future, and if you have any questions, and if you feel free to post your questions on the chat box on the line you can see on the screen. Feel free to post your questions in the comments box, or send an email to us, or feel free to call us. We are here to help you. Again, next Thursday, same time, Thursday at 12 p.m. with some new topic. I will be there.